welcome to the deep dive.
Great to be here.
So today we're jumping right into the big announcement, the 2025 Tony Award nominations. They just came out.
Yep, the 78th annual noms dropped this morning, Thursday, May 1st.
And we're going to give you the highlights, kind of the curated look, so you feel totally up to speed.
Exactly. We've sorted through all the buzz, all the lists to pull out the key stories for you.
Okay, let's dive in. Big picture first, the musicals. Looks like 3 shows really dominated, getting 10 nominations apiece.
That's right. Death Becomes Her is one.
Right, the one based on the movie. Sounds like dark comedy, spectacle.
Yeah, eternal youth, all that. Then maybe Happy Ending.
Oh, that's the one about robots. Artificial intelligence is falling in love. Kind of different.
Very different. More intimate. And the third with 10 is Buena Vista Social Club.
Celebrating that amazing Cuban music. So those 3 are the front runners, nomination-wise.
They are. And they're up against Dead Outlaw for Best Musical.
Heard that one described as, like, uniquely theatrical.
Mm-hmm. And Operation Mincemeat, which is that almost unbelievable true story from World War II.
So quite a range in that Best Musical category.
It really is fascinating. You've got the big comedy, the tender AI story, the vibrant music celebration.
And then these other 2, maybe slightly more unconventional ones.
It definitely speaks to maybe a dynamic, risk-taking season on Broadway right now.
Okay, let's shift to plays. What's leading the pack there?
2 standouts for Best Play nominations. John Proctor is the villain,
Which I gather is really sparking conversation, sort of a modern look at The Crucible.
Exactly. And Jez Butterworth's The Hills of California, family drama, music, memory, both got 7 nominations.
7 each, wow. And who are they up against?
They're competing with Brandon Jacobs Jenkins's Purpose, Cola Scola's Oh Mary.
That one sounds very funny.
Apparently so. And also Sanaa's 2C's English.
Interesting mix there, too. That John Proctor one, engaging with Miller, that feels significant.
It really does. It suggests, an appetite for plays that don't just tell new stories, but maybe re-examine older ones through a new lens.
Yeah, makes sense. And the Butterworth play, family, music, those themes often hit home.
Definitely potential for broad appeal there.
Now, what about revivals? Always a
Yeah.
category people watch closely. Best revival of a musical.
Pretty strong list this year. We've got Floyd Collins.
Oh, that's more rarely seen, right? But admired.
Deeply admired, yeah. Then the big iconic one, Gypsy.
Of course. And Pirates, the Penzance musical.
Right, the spirited GNS adaptation. And rounding it out, the big spectacle of Sunset Belvedere.
That's a solid group. Some very familiar, maybe one less so for some folks.
Absolutely. Gypsy and Sunset, they're cornerstones, aren't they? Their revivals always get attention.
Dude.
But seeing Floyd Collins there is great recognition for its unique quality, and Pirates is just fun.
Okay, you mentioned Gypsy, and this detail really jumped out at me. Audra McDonald.
Yes.
Her 11th Tony nomination for playing Mama Rose in Gypsy.
It's historic.
That makes her the most nominated performer ever in Tony history. Just, wow.
It's monumental, isn't it? What a career. And to tackle Mama Rose and get another nomination, it's just extraordinary testament to her talent.
Absolutely. And speaking of performers, that Best Actress in a leading role in a musical category looks incredibly tough.
Oh, it's stacked. You've got Nicole Scherzinger for Sunset Belvedere.
Taking on Norma Desmond, big role.
Huge. Then you have both Megan Hilty and Jennifer Simard nominated from Death Becomes Her.
2 from the same show. Suggests some really standout performances there, probably comedic.
You'd have to think so, yeah.
Huh.
And Jasmine Amy Rogers for Boop, the musical.
Right. That category feels like, well, anyone's game, really.
It really does. They're all bringing something so distinct, Scherzinger's Norma, the double act in Death Becomes Her.
Well.
It's strong.
Now let's talk about the crossover, Hollywood stars on Broadway. Always interesting to see who gets nominated.
Definitely. And this year, George Clooney.
First Tony nomination for his Broadway debut in Good Night and Good Luck.
It's pretty fascinating, someone that established in film stepping onto the stage and getting immediate recognition like that.
It really is.
Yeah.
Shows the pull of Broadway, I guess.
The prestige, yeah. It says something about the production, too, and his performance, obviously.
And then there's Sarah Snook. People know her from TV, obviously.
Succession. She's nominated for The Picture of Dorian Gray.
And get this, she plays 26 different characters in it.
26! That sounds exhausting. An incredible feat of acting if she pulls it off.
Seriously, that kind of versatility and stamina, that often impresses Tony voters.
You'd think so. It's a massive undertaking.
We also saw Sadie Sink from Stranger Things. She got a nod for John Proctor as the villain.
Mm-hmm.
And Bob Odenkirk, another familiar screen face, nominated for the revival of Glengarry Glen Ross.
Yeah, it really highlights that that two-way street between stage and screen, actors moving between them.
Drawn to the challenge of live theater, maybe.
I think so. The unique rewards, even after huge success elsewhere.
Of course, with any awards list, especially with so much happening on Broadway, there are always names left off. Surprises. Snubs, people call them.
Always. And this year, yeah, there are a few that are going to get people talking.
Like who? Who were some of the notable omissions?
Well, Kieran Culkin for Glengarry Glen Ross wasn't nominated.
Okay.
Denzel Washington and Jake Gyllenhaal for Othello. Neither got a nod.
Wow, okay. Big names.
Yep. Robert Downey Jr. for McNeil. Jim Parsons in Our Town also didn't make the list.
It just shows how incredibly competitive it is out there.
Absolutely. It really underscores just the depth of talent this season. Even, acclaimed performances by huge stars aren't guaranteed a spot. It's that crowded.
And it was a crowded season, wasn't it? Like, remarkably busy.
It really was. I think the numbers were 21 eligible musicals and 21 eligible plays.
42 shows in total eligible. That's way up from the last couple of years.
Yeah, a significant increase. It points to a real vibrancy, maybe a resurgence post-pandemic.
Makes sense. And that volume, like you said, just makes getting a nomination even harder.
Exactly. Makes it more selective. Earning that nod really means you stood out.
So, okay, let's zoom out. What's the takeaway here? The stage is basically set now for the awards night.
Yep, June 8th, Radio City Music Hall.
And hosted by Cynthia Erivo, a Tony winner herself. That should be great.
She's amazing. And folks can watch it live on CBS or stream it on Paramount Plus.
Right. So it'll be really fascinating to see who takes home the awards, how these nominations actually translate into wins.
Which stories, which performances really resonated most with the voters in the end?
Definitely. Okay, so just to quickly recap the big things we hit. Death Becomes Her, maybe Happy Ending, Buena Vista Social Club, leading the musical pack with 10 noms each.
Audra McDonald making history with number 11.
George Clooney getting his first nod. Sarah Snook recognized for that marathon performance.
And yeah, always a few surprises, a few snubs to talk about.
It paints a picture, doesn't it? A Broadway season just brimming with, well, creativity, different kinds of stories, amazing talent.
A really diverse and exciting snapshot, I think.
Which kind of brings us to our final thought for you, the listener. Looking at all this diverse range of shows, these performances, what grabs you the most?
Yeah. Which show or maybe which actor's journey are you most curious to follow now, leading up to June 8th?
And maybe think about what this snapshot of Broadway in 2025 tells us about the stories and the talent that are really connecting right now.
Good questions. Maybe check out the full list of nominees online, listen to some cast recordings perhaps.
Yeah, dig into the synopsis. It's a great chance to explore what's happening on stage.
Definitely. Discover some new artists, new shows.
Well, thanks for taking this deep dive into the 2025 Tony Award nominations with us today.
Yeah, it was fun to unpack it all.
We look forward to our next exploration with you.